Background. The background.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody, and a very, very warm welcome to you to the 634th session of Empowering Morning Conversations on this fine 7th of January. And today, we have a very, very interesting speaker whom you listen to every day, and that's Dr. Kunain Shahidi, who wishes to be like an owl when it comes to conflict behavior. So over to you, Kunain.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And very good morning, one and all. If you're watching this on the YouTube, please do subscribe and like this channel so that every day you keep on getting very powerful content, which will definitely transform your life. That's what I can say with complete conviction, because I have personally been into this journey. So, welcome all. And last evening, when I was sitting with my family, I got a call from Sukhdeepak sir that tomorrow you have to share some of your thoughts in empowering morning conversations. And I was like, what? I was not prepared, because being working in corporate, I have a habit of preparing myself for something. And that's what I am used to. But with Sukhdeepak Malwai, sir, I am in the process of breaking this habit. Because as an individual, I believe that I must be ready every moment. If I have to share my thoughts or something to other group or to whomsoever I know, so that it should be coming very spontaneously, without any much preparation. But since I have the habit of preparing something, I prepared some slides which I will share with you, and I believe it's going to be beneficial. Though what I have learned, many times we know that we know, but when we share, when we discuss, when we listen, then we realize, oh, this is what I know, but I don't practice. Because life is all about practicing. Life is all about taking action in a moment, and I'm sure we all know this. So I will just share my thoughts. It might not be something new. You might be aware of this, but in this empowering morning conversations, the beauty of this every morning conversation, what we do with Sukhdeepak Malwai and together, is that we remind ourselves of our real potential, the real being. We come to know that who exactly we are. And that way we keep on moving, we keep on improving gradually. So are you with us? Say yes. Welcome, Nidhi. Welcome. Who else? New guys? Right. So what I'm going to talk today is, which we were having the conversations since last couple of days about relationship, about interaction, about how do we manage the people, about what exactly we do when we have some strange relationship, etc. So with that context, let me share my slide so that we can take this conversation further and make some interesting observation and new information. So just give me thumbs up if you can see my screen. I believe you can see. So let me put on the screen mode, sharing mode. So this is what every moment, whether we are in our office or whenever we are in our friend circles, in this world, we do interact with other human beings, isn't it? And when we do interact with other human beings, sometimes we feel comfortable and sometimes we are not comfortable. So that's the point I wanted to discuss with you and share my thoughts. Why do we don't feel comfortable? Used in with my camera, we feel bit uh, we feel bit not very comfortable with other human being when we have to interact with them. And there is some issue with my camera. Let me fix it. Start my video. Yeah, I'm back. So I would like to ask to everyone in this August gathering. I think Sudeepak sir wants to share something. Yes, sir, please.
It's an interesting question. And I instantly remembered that right from my early childhood, I would be very uncomfortable with those people who would judge me.
Yeah.
Like I would be doing extremely well in my studies and everything, but the moment there was this pressure that, I used to always come first in my class as a small child, right? I got a double promotion also. And at some point, when this judging started happening, like they would say, you must come first this year also. And I was always worried that if I don't come first, I'll be judged, right? They won't like me anymore. So whenever I get this indirect or direct sense that somebody might judge me, that's when I become uncomfortable. I just wanted to share that.
Right, sir. Thank you so much. And I would request everyone to please, if you want to share, good. If not, just recollect in case you have some people or more people in your life to whomsoever you interact either frequently or occasionally, which you have labeled as either difficult people or uncomfortable to deal or toxic. I would like to use this word toxic people, because we all have somewhere in our mind that, oh, this person is toxic, this person is not good, this person is like that. So can you recollect anyone if you know that this person is toxic? Just recollect, visualize in your mind. No need to share if you don't want to share. But I would like to understand from you all, if you want to share, please do share. What is the meaning you give to toxic person? Like just now, Sudeepak Malwai sir mentioned that someone who is judging, he feel is something not good. So if you think that this kind of person is having this kind of habit, do let us know. Yes, sir.
For me, a toxic person always has been someone who is very judgmental, harsh, and critical and rude. And I always thought that these people would harm me, They will make me feel small, they will ridicule me and all that. And much later in life, almost when I was 35 years old, I realized that these people are probably the ones who want to do good for me, but that is their way of, being, and they don't have a choice. But always people like that I have considered very, very dangerous. I try to stay away from them.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Let me pick some. Yeah, I can see raise hands. Please, Vetriji, go ahead.
Thank you, Funayji. According to me, toxic people, just 2 days back, I was going through some content and it was suggesting remove toxic people from the circle, including the social media connections. Then I was just analyzing who are the toxic people I have in my circle. One fellow pop up, but he's a very good friend of mine. Now I try to define why I put him into toxic column. It's because this guy is so adamant on his point of view. He has got some thought pattern or his belief something, but he's so adamant on that. Nothing wrong. So according to me, toxic people is they are so strong and not ready to open up their point of view, and they think that that is the ultimate point of view. So that is the people maybe toxic. It is my perception. More to you.
Thank you, Vetriji. Let's listen from Shri Prasad Garu. Yes, sir. Please do share your thoughts.
Good morning, sir. For me, whenever I go to any government office, all the people from down the line to top, I feel them toxic.
Right. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing. Let me take this conversation quickly forward because we do have limited time. So if you have your own meaning of toxic people, just tell yourself that this is what you think are the toxic kind of people. Now, let me ask another question, because yesterday, a day before yesterday, we had discussion, and one of our close EMC member husband, he expired. And I was just reflecting on that. And I came to know that he was just 61 years old, and we lost him. And I was just thinking that what kind of diseases, or how do you basically every day, I don't remember the number, but we lose people. So in your opinion, what are the top 3 deadliest disease? Anyone just shout out?
Cancer, heart attack,
Heart attack,
cancer.
cancer, yeah.
Even arthritis, because it doesn't kill you, but it tortures you.
Arthritis.
Yeah, diabetes and stroke.
Brain stroke.
Brain stroke, yeah, right. So
Alzheimer too.
yeah, that's true. So why I'm asking this question, when I was reflecting upon, and as you mentioned all these diseases, you might have noticed, or if you'll notice that, for example, cancer, suddenly we come to know, or at the time when we come to know, we don't have enough time to cure it. Or when the doctors, or any such diseases which are deadliest, for example, HIV, it keeps on happening within our body. But at a certain point only, we know, or the doctors know, the experts know, and they say, sorry, it's too late. We can't do it anything. Or suddenly the heart attack. Somewhere certain things are going on within our heart, the blockage, but we don't know. Suddenly. So the point what I wanted to highlight here in this empowering morning conversation with Sugdeepak Malwai, that there are many habits, there are many things from morning till night we keep on doing, and we are not aware of that. And gradually, when we keep on doing regularly, we come to know that, oh, this is too late. Or if not, at a certain point, we know that something wrong has been done, or something which is not appropriate I have already developed. So the point what I wanted to emphasize here is that please do reflect, in case you do have certain habits which we are not aware of, or which might be creating a situation where at that time someone can say, sorry, it's too late. Now, as Sugdeepak Malwai sir has time and again mentioned that we as human beings, we are the slaves of our habits. Or frankly speaking, the other day also we were discussing that every day from morning till night, if you observe whatsoever the activities, the action, the behavior, the talking, right now also when you're sitting, we do habitually almost the 99% of tasks. even the thinking. It's all habits. So when we interact with the other human beings, when we talk to someone and which we get the perception that this person is difficult or this person is toxic, we are interacting with someone who had certain habits, and we have certain habits. So my next slide would be reflecting more on this. Now, we all, and Sukdeepak sir has mentioned again and again that we all have the references of past, and in the present, we are something, and in the future, we'll become something which we don't know. But when we are interacting with someone, that person has also some past. And when I am interacting with someone, I have my own past. So I am having my reference of my past, and that person to whomsoever we are labeling as difficult or toxic, also he has his own past, isn't it? So, but we don't recognize this, or we are not aware of this reality, which is very obvious, and somehow we get trapped in the mind game when we think that my point of view is the right point of view, or I am right at this moment, or the other person's, as Betty explained, that the toxic person, he is having his fixed point of view, and then he is toxic. But we forget that he is also having some past, and I am also having some past. Now, the point what I wanted to highlight here is that the toxic persons, if you notice, if you try to understand, you will find that that toxic person has become whatsoever we are labeling in the present because his inability of managing the traumas or the stress or the difficulties of whatsoever in the life. So he has gone through some challenges. He has gone through some difficulties. He has gone through some moments which had given him pain. So that toxic person, basically, at this moment, when I am interacting with the label, he needs compassion. He needs sympathy. He needs our full attention, and he needs to listen. As the other day we were talking, the deep listening. So when we practice deep listening, when we look at him with the lens of love and compassion, we might help him, or we can create very pleasant situation in that present moment. If not, it's going to be a bit challenging. So let's move forward quickly. Now, this picture I had taken in the Expo 2022, and if you can see now in the new age of industrial revolution, robots are becoming very common, and you might have also experienced in your workplace or wherever you are. I have personally experienced that is becoming common. So I was just asking myself, what's the difference between robots and human beings? And I'm sure you all know the answer. What exactly is the difference? Would you like to share? Anyone? Shakti, let me ask Shakti. What's the difference? Shakti ji?
About emotions.
Yeah.
Emotions should be missing.
Human beings have emotions, robots, they don't have the emotions. That's what I wanted to share. And it's not only one type of emotions. You might have attended the previous conversation with Sukdeepak Malvish, or it must be there on the YouTube. He has explained what are the different types of emotions. And you can also, if you reflect upon the way you behave, interact, and talk with the people, there are different types of emotions, which I will, in the next slide, I will share what are the two important, but let's listen from Sukdeepak sir first. Yes, sir.
See, what I have been reading is that now they have started using artificial intelligence to almost mimic human beings in terms of even emotions. Not real emotions, obviously. Yeah, but one thing which a computer can never have, or a robot can never have, is empathy. Okay. And I doubt if they will have, the energetic awareness that we have. See, energetically, the kind of awareness we have, maybe it will take them another 50 years to develop a device that can have consciousness. We have consciousness, they don't. They are only mimicking consciousness. This is what I think. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And that's what the point I wanted to highlight with these slides, that, and Sukdeepak sir has always mentioned that we are infinite human being and we do operate through our emotions. Now, the question is, and these are the definition of emotions, which in short is all the thoughts in the mind and sensation in the body. So the seeds are basically thought. So whatsoever we think, it becomes our emotion, and then the emotions become our words, words become action, action becomes habit, and then the values and the destiny, whatsoever it is. So the important thing to remember is the seeds are basically thoughts, and we have to be extra careful. Now, when I was in the past thinking about all these emotions and stuffs, how do I operate and how the other human beings operate, and the toxic person or difficult person. So altogether, and you might have also realized, I have concluded that the fear and love, two basic major emotions, which we basically operate, we all human beings. And when we have the fearful emotions, which are basically having very strong point of views, or you can say that a very strong ego, as Vetri mentioned, that the toxic person is egoist, not willing to change his point of view, the thoughts. But when you operate with the love, with the compassion, with the allowance, then you become stronger in terms of your real self. Because what I have learned that I am self in this body. Body is very much attached to the earth, but the self or the spirit is attached to the universe, the powerful energy. So just do assess yourself in a specific moment, whether you are operating or being with the emotion of fear of something, or with the emotion of love, compassion. And if you see on the screen on the right hand side, it's all about empathy. Computers, robots cannot have empathy, never ever. People are doing the research, and scientists, yes, they do say that there could be many jobs in the future. Human beings will be replaced. But in my opinion, it's going to be impossible. Human beings would be always required whatsoever the transformational things happen in the universe. So we need to have that, our being with the love. As soon as you realize fear, please come back. And now let me share this slide, which I do share with my team, that and we keep on talking about the awareness of self-management. How do I manage myself? Awareness of my social awareness, my friend circle, all such as stuff, relationship, responsible decision-making, and all the stuffs. But what exactly is the awareness is what you see on the screen on the left, right-hand side is time to time we become angry because of behavior of someone or something. And time to time we keep on talking to self or talking back to self that why it is happening. Sometimes we are a bit sensitive to the people or the situation or the moments. Sometimes we feel sad. Sometimes we overspeak in the moment. Sometimes we are in urgency mode. sometimes we're very impulsive. So the point through this slide, what I want to highlight here is that be aware in that moment when you are interacting with the toxic person or the difficult person in the situation, that what exactly is my state of being. And that will help to make correction at that specific moment. And emotions are very, very powerful because it indicates your relationship with the other person. If in that moment, if you are in the state of emotion of a specific kind, it reflects that what exactly is the relationship quality you have with the other person, and whether the relationship or the situation going in your way or not. Also, that enhances your ability to learn when you are aware with the deep learning understanding, and this helps to take action if you are aware of that. If not, now this is a slide which I request you to just have a look. If you want to make a note of that, this is what I do. In a specific moment, we do have emotions, we do have the feeling or something we are doing. Now, think about that and just realize what kind of experience you are getting. Because when we get triggered at any moment, we get some experience, something in the body, you know. So just try to understand what exactly the experience and what are the thoughts coming and what's missing in that moment when you are interacting with the other person. And what exactly is the message you are getting. Now, what I have experienced in the different scenarios, different situation, you will come to know that if you are uncomfortable, as Sukdeepak sir mentioned, the person with the judgmental, that this person will create some difficulty or painful moments or some harm. So basically the emotion of fear crops up. We lose the sight of love, compassion, empathy. And when the fear comes up, basically this is the false evidence appears real is commonly defined. But other acronym of fear is face everything and rise. So during that moment, when mind is trapping us to think that this person might harm you, we can shift our mind and say that, let me experience this experience. As Sukdeepak sir has always mentioned that each and every experience of your life provides an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. So what's happening in that moment, the fear comes, give a pause and look what I am resisting and how can I be in the allowance to learn from this moment or experience and correct myself, become a better version. So that would be the moment of awareness of the emotion, understanding the situation, converting into love or allowance, and then make it sure you change the habit of the moments. So that way, now what exactly happens is, let me skip this slide. The fears are not situation oriented. Basically, these are ego based when we have the fixed point of view, and it have to do with the inner state of mind rather than external situation. And normally what happens that mind say that you are going to be rejected, you are going to be conned, there will be difficulty in all such situation, but altogether mind say that you cannot handle it. You cannot handle this person or the situation or whatsoever it is. And when your mind say that you cannot handle, you become fearful. Now just imagine if you know that you can handle anything, whether the person or the situation or the moment, then what would you possibly have to fear? Suppose you are from morning till evening or whatsoever activities, whether the personal life, professional life, situations are coming, and you know that you can manage, you can handle the person or the situation, then what would you possibly have to fear? Let me ask this to Sri Prasad Garu, because he's a businessman and keeps on interacting with many people, different situation. So Sri Prasad Garu, if you know you can handle anything that came your way, what would you possibly have to fear?
Sir, I did not fear for anything.
Very good. So that's the answer. If you know that you can handle anything, you will not be fearful of anything, nothing, like Sri Prasad Garu. But that confidence of handling everything comes when you have trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. And that trust comes of managing the situation when you know that the other human beings, coming back to the toxic person, has his own past. He is the similar human being like me, and I do operate with the emotion of love, compassion, and empathy, all the positive things. Then we don't face the situation, or we don't label the situation as uncomfortable or difficult. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys, my experience. And when I interact with other human being, and I'm sure whenever you do interact, you will realize that this situation is difficult. But when you have the confidence that yes, I can manage, then you are at peace. So thank you so much for listening in. And then that's all from me, sir. Back to you, Sukdeepak, sir. In case you have any question, any other thoughts, any ideas, I would love to listen and know more about this. Shakti ji, please go ahead.
Powerful session, sir. Sir, I do have one thing is like, I can handle it. I'm aware of that. I don't have fear to face that. But in my mind is like, why I want to waste my energy to handle that? Just avoid those people, move forward. Why I need to interact and then waste my energy for that? I can focus my energy for something else, right?
I think there's nothing wrong in this. Basically, it's all about your priority. If you have a priority of something else in that moment, then you don't need to interact with that person to whomsoever is there. So it's okay to do that. I don't feel anything wrong in that. But if the person is, or situation is somewhere has importance and the value in your life, then you should spend some time. If not, there are 8 billion people in the universe. We can't interact with them. We can't be concerned with everyone. So it's all about your priority, use of your time and energy. So whatsoever you feel is appropriate based on your vision of your life, then take action.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Thank you so much. Let's listen from Sri Prasad Garu.
I just want to reply to Shakti. If you avoid people, then you may lose the opportunity and possibilities in life. Thank you.
Yeah, if the person has some association, otherwise you can't interact with everyone going on the street. Let's listen from Taqiyuddin.
Yeah, powerful session. Thank you for that. And I felt some in a corporate world or some position. If you are in a separate position, there will be some people, they want to show off something. That time we are getting irritated. Maybe there were some dramas, we are calling that.
Yeah. Well, different people behave in a different way. So what I practice, Taki, is that if I do have any professional relationship with the person, then I will communicate. And as Sukdeepak sir always mentioned that if you don't like something, explain. The gentleman, I didn't like this, your thoughts or your idea, it could have been different, something like that. So engage in the conversation and clear it out. Okay, let's listen from Ashok sir. Welcome, sir. Please do share your thoughts.
Good morning. A little different point. Everything, even our human body is a living thing. Our every red cell or white cell or blood is a living thing. Our digestion also happens because of the certain amoebas or whatever you call, they are present in our intestine and they digest it. So it's a world within the world, within the world, within the world. Something like our universe and so many stars, and we come to the earth, and from earth we come. So our body itself is a universe for many living beings. That is one aspect. Secondly, whenever we are talking about the robot or mechanical gadgets like this, they speak from the brain, but the heart is missing. What we are in EMC, we want to give preference to the heart. What does the heart say? Heart is always pure, and it always tells us what is right, what is correct. It doesn't compare. What is missing in those robots is a heart.
Sure. I do definitely
Giving,
agree. Everyone agree. Yeah.
giving loan is not a good idea. It makes the other person lazy also. But the heart will tell कि नहीं, इसको पैसा देना है और देने के बाद वापस भी पूछना नहीं है. That only heart can tell. If leave it to the brain, brain says don't give. If give, it should be returned with interest. So the basic fight is between the brain and heart. Your robot can do the brain work, but heart is missing. There where all the difference starts. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And this is what Sukdeepak sir has time and again kept on telling us, that we are not our mind. We own our mind.
We own our mind.
And mind plays tricks with us. So with the awareness, if we know that this is a thoughts mind is creating, but I am something different. I am something else. And basically, what we all are self, the spirit, and that's the heart. We operate through that. So thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Let's listen from Rashmiji. Yeah, Rashmiji, over to you.
Yes, hi. Hello, good morning, everyone, and thank you. The reactions are, can take a split second, or it can go on for a while. I feel that the choice is ours, that when we are reacting, there is a possibility of reframing that discomfort that one is experiencing, whether it is an uncomfortable situation, or if it is something that the other person is saying to you, which is making you react and become all your body parts to go like rigid and closed. So there's a huge possibility that if in one's mind you reframe the whole event of that conversation, being aware that this is igniting fear, or this is igniting any of the other toxic feelings in our system, to immediately come to saying that, okay, what could be the positive of this? What could be the other aspect of this conversation that I might be missing, or this because sometimes we don't have a choice. Like we don't have a choice but to interact with people who create those reactions in us. So I find that reframing in my head makes a lot of difference in that communication or that interaction to take place in a way that I am not that affected at the end of it. Just wanted to share that.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. And this is what I remember Sukdeepak sir has taught us. It's all about being. And every morning with Sukdeepak sir in Empowering Morning Conversation, this is what we practice. And the word what we use is from default mode to create mode. So we all are ensuring that every moment we are in the create mode. And if habitually we are in the create mode, then we be and we behave or respond by being in the creative mode. So that time we need not to think and analyze spontaneously. That creative mode will be there to manage the situation, to manage the moments, to manage whatsoever the difficult people. The fear emotions will not come. The love, allowance, all the positive thoughts would be coming. But that state will be only possible when we keep on practicing and make it the part of the habit, which comes spontaneously, instantly, through subconscious mind. No need for the use of the conscious that time. So subconsciously, we do be in the create mode. So thank you so much, ma'am. Let's listen from Rama, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, Kunanji. So the thing is, the first question you asked, who are the toxic people? I am the toxic person, and each one of us are when we are in the default mode. Right? It is, we always think somebody else is the toxic person. Actually, each one of us are toxic when we are not able to manage our emotions like anger, fear, anxiety, worry, and when we are in default mode. Right? So obviously we are all here to really move out of that and no, not being toxic people. That's why we are all here. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what we are shifting. And with due respect to everyone, I think we are not toxic anymore. So with this, I would like to conclude.
Sorry, just one point. So we cannot say that the others who interact with us should say whether we are toxic or not. I'm sure, I'm almost 100% sure that there is someone in the world who perceives me or you as toxic in some context.
Yeah, of course, I do agree with you, Ramaji. We are human beings. We are not angels. We are not God. But other thing what is coming to me is that we learn from our mistakes. And as Sukdeepak sir always mentioned, that it's a very powerful statement that each and every experience of your life provides an opportunity to become the better version. So if we learn from that experience, then we can remove that toxicity. Okay, so let's listen from. I think Sukdeepak sir wants to say. Then we'll come to you, Takyuddin and Prasad Garu. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Over to you.
So very quickly, what I want to say is that, see, what we consider toxic may not always be visible in the same manner. You understand? So what Rama is saying is, we are toxic when we are in the default mode. Why? Because one of the things that we do in the default mode is we are always judging. Okay. We are always avoiding and we are always defending, right? And that is a kind of toxicity, which is the worst one because it is so well hidden. It is very surreptitious, no? So that's one of the reasons why we keep saying get out of the default mode, get out of judgment. Self-judgment is a toxicity to ourselves. So that's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And I can see one message in the chat box from Niti Madhok. She writes that, do we want to be influenced by what others think about us? She's asking a question. Well, my answer would be no. Though energetically we keep on getting influenced because it's there, energy is there, but we have to become or being in the such a powerful being that we don't get impacted. And that's what we do every morning with Sukhdeepak sir, that we shift from default to create, and we ensure that we dissipate all the negativity. So if there are negativity, let them be there. Bye-bye.
So that question was in continuation with the topic of how we think whether we are toxic or not and how others perceive us to be toxic or not. So that question was from that point of view. If the others find us toxic, it is their judgment, need not be our truth.
I do agree with you. So with this, I think I will hand over back to Sukhdeepak sir to conclude today's empowering morning conversation. And thank you so much, sir, for giving this opportunity to learn something. So I commit, I promise yourself that I'll not be any toxic anymore if I have.
Let us have Tiakuddin say what he wants to say.
Yeah. A nice session. I just missed some part. I went for prayer. That's why. Sorry for that. And I felt this is, I don't know, we discussed or not, that toxic parenting, I feel. This is the area we miss all the time, means most of the time, we don't know we are toxic or not. And especially to the loved ones, how we are behaving, as Rama sir said, or we might be toxic to someone in the world. We don't know that. And we are unaware about that one. So how we'll identify that one? That's one thing. Second thing, as I said before, toxicity comes when in some position of our career or something, there will be some superiors, they will be point outing. Yeah, because we don't want to change something. So he will be always behind it and we want to show off his position. And that also we felt it is an toxicity, or in uncomfort. It's not toxic. So those two things, the situations, I just want to.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Yes, Rama. After Rama, then we have Ratanji.
No, I agree with Niti ji saying that, just because somebody perceives me as toxic, that's not my truth, and I don't need to get influenced by that. And in the same line, it is true the other way around, that when I perceive somebody else as toxic, it is not their truth, and they don't need to get influenced by my perception that that person is toxic. Thank you.
All right, very nice. Thank you very much. Yes, Ratanji.
Adding to Rama, when he said, we are sometime or the other, we are toxic also. So I just reading the Kabir's Dua. बुरा जो देखन मैं चला, बुरा न मिलिया कोई, जो दिल खोजा अपना, मुझसे बुरा न कोई. So the translation is, when I went searching for evil in this world, I could not find anything bad. When I looked into my mind, I found that there is nothing worse than me.
Beautiful. What a wonderful way to come to an end of this session. Thank you, Kunen. Very, very engaging, very, very interesting, and very, very useful session. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed it. Okay, so now you know why he wanted to hand it over to me, because he wants me to invite him to do the shairi. And I'm very happy to invite him to do the shairi. And Carlos, shairi means poetry, in Urdu language. Okay, over to you, Guren. Let's see which one you have for us today.
Yeah, शायरी अर्ज किया जनाब रतन साहब के दोहे का जवाब शायद इसमें होगा. The answer of this Kabir's Dua that I think I had shared earlier also, के सोच, I think it's from Nazaro. नजर को बदलो तो नजारे बदल जाते हैं, नजर को बदलो तो नजारे बदल जाते हैं, सोच को बदलो तो सितारे बदल जाते हैं. कश्तियां बदलने की जरूरत नहीं यारों, कश्तियां बदलने की जरूरत नहीं यारों, दिशा को बदलो तो खुद ब खुद किनारे बदल जाते हैं.
वाह 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 वाह.
दिशा को बदलो तो खुद ब खुद किनारे बदल जाते हैं.
Beautiful. Do it line by line. Let's translate it. This is a very powerful one.
नजर को बदलो तो नजारे बदल जाते हैं,
All right, change your perspective and everything that you look at will change.
सोच को बदलो तो सितारे बदल जाते हैं.
Change your thinking and even the stars will change.
कश्तियां बदलने की जरूरत नहीं दोस्तों.
Okay, there is no need for you to change the vehicle, my friends.
दिशा को बदलो तो खुद ब खुद किनारे बदल जाते हैं.
Change your direction and the destination will automatically change. Wow, amazing. Thank you very much. So guys, have a nice day. Have a wonderful day. And you will have even a better day tomorrow, and you will have even better than that the day after tomorrow. And we hope to see you, Rama, in action tomorrow morning. Thank you very much. God bless you all. See you tomorrow morning for another session of Empowering Morning Conversations. Bye-bye.
God bless everyone.
God bless everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the wonderful session.